A mysterious Aqara-based dashboard is set to arrive in the UK before the end of the year that could well be the last piece of our puzzle to finally make us feel like we live in Tony Stark's shed. Because let's face it, your house doesn't look like this, does it?
You are not authorized to access this area.
All of the available information for this product is solely contained in a Chinese commercial. So I've been doing some proper private eye style sleuthing to find out exactly what this thing is before it reaches our shores. Put the line in the script just so I can dress up as a detective. Tax write-off. Tax write-off. Tax write-off. Tax write-off. Tax write-off. Tax write-off, tax write-off. I've literally had to Google Translate every single word of this commercial. So without further ado, here is everything you're not supposed to know yet about the Aqara S1 Plus. First of all then, this video is sponsored by Aqara. You would think that might give me a direct line to speak to them and ask them questions about it. Nope. For whatever reason, all of my questions are falling on deaf ears. So I'm going to take us through this advert to find out exactly what is worth keeping so secret.
家在挥手之间。
This is the Aqara S1 Plus, and until now, it has been shrouded in mystery for anyone in the Western Hemisphere, until today. I can now tell you that it is an Aqara Zigbee hub, it's a light switch, it's an automation controller, it's a voice assistant, a music player, a doorbell intercom, but above all, it's really bloody shiny and I want one. I've discovered a lot of its secrets from the ad using Google Translate, but I've also been speaking to Simon from HomeKit News, who lives over there and has already tried out the MagicPad S1, which is its little brother, its light switch-shaped little brother. And if you don't already realise why I might be excited about this thing, that might give you a clue. That device and this one, the S1 and the S1 Plus, are both light switch replacements. They wire directly into your light switch main ring and are therefore powered by it, but also can then control the lights that they are connected to. I haven't seen the back part of the S1 Plus. I've asked Aqara, can I please see the back of it? They're not responding.
All right then, keep your secrets.
With the S1, I have seen the back, and it's a 3-gang light switch, and I can see from the documentation that so is the S1 Plus. Hello, Paul from the future here. I have since been told by Aqara, they have replied to my email. They're on a holiday. I should probably have remembered it was a Chinese holiday. They have now told me it's actually a 2-gang light switch for the EU that they plan to release. It's 3-gang for China and, I don't know, anywhere that has that shaped box, I guess. For the EU and the UK, it's going to be 2-gang only. For layman's terms, that means if you've got a double light switch, that will be replaced by this. You can't replace a 3 light switch button thing. Anytime you see yellow writing come up on the screen, that's me editing going, actually I know now, and I'll just put it up on the screen for you so you can read it. See you in a bit. And possibly the most exciting aspect of all of this is that the S1 is already for sale, and if you go and have a look on AliExpress right now, it's only 45 quid. That's ridiculous. That's more surprising than that time that Spider-Man let Gwen Stacy fall to her death. It's alright, they always do this. She'll like get towards the bottom and he'll put a stop to it. Spider-Man in it. He'll put... Dude. Does anyone know where Batman is? This muppet. Lee, mate. Sorry, Lee. I can see you're on the toilet. Could you do me a favour and subscribe? It says here that you're not subscribed. I do this every week. It's probably really annoying to anyone that watches me every week. If your name is Lee, or if your name is anything at all, please do me a favour and subscribe. It makes the channel succeed. On with the show. Unlike a standard tablet that you might want to try to connect up at the entrance hall of your house or have on a kitchen wall, it's actually purpose-built, which means that it has the connections on the back for connecting to your lighting ring main so that you can use it in place of your 3-gang light switch to not only power the dashboard, but also so that you can use the dashboard to control up to 3 separate light switches. It also has USB power too, in case you're not comfortable messing with your electrics. You could just plug the thing in. As I've already said, it's also a Zigbee hub, which means that, because it's Apple HomeKit ready, you could connect a whole bunch of Aqara's Zigbee devices to it, and Apple HomeKit will have access to all of them. There are also, and this is probably more exciting, 6 virtual buttons on this thing that you can advertise to Apple HomeKit. And what this allows you to do is to have those 6 virtual buttons on the dashboard control Apple HomeKit devices, which means that any smart home product from any manufacturer that you've got in Apple HomeKit will be connected to that dashboard. You can press a button on the dashboard and make a smart home thing happen. That's awesome. It hasn't been expressly stated yet that it will work with Google Home and Amazon Alexa, but every light switch I have had from Aqara so far does, so I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. Hello. Paul from the further future here, you can tell because of the futuristic background. I've just had a reply from Aqara to say that the whole music thing, they have like their own Chinese music distribution service similar to Spotify. When this thing comes to the UK, it won't have Spotify yet. It's something they're working on and they've told us to watch this space. Whether or not that will come to fruition is anybody's guess. On with the next thing that whatever Paul from the past was going to say. This is a device that will not only link to your Aqara products to show you things like your cameras and doorbell, but it'll also act as a smart home dashboard for controlling lights around the house, your aircon, smart home scenes, and possibly music too. But with Aqara also bringing Matter to their latest M3 hub, you could theoretically add, for example, a Philips Hue light to the Aqara M3 hub and then assign it to one of the virtual switches, and then be able to control Philips Hue lights using this dashboard. If I can get this thing to control all of my Matter devices, and I can use it as an intercom for my front doorbell, I think I might love it more than Batman loves the Joker. Seriously, have you seen that? If you just swap the music out, you can actually feel the sexual tension in your loins.
I know the truth. There's no going back. You've changed things. Forever. And why do you want to kill me? I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? No, you complete me. I need you right now. I have one rule. Tonight you're gonna break your one rule. I'm considering it.
Still a better love story than Twilight. The dashboard is customizable using their smart home app, and it looks like it's really easy to use. You can get it to display things like the local weather and give you access to your smart home devices, such as the Aqara E1 blind, for example, or perhaps one of the Aqara ceiling lights, so you could adjust the brightness and color temperature. Just as an aside, if there's one thing I've learned from Aqara's advert, it's that no matter how nice your house is, your kids will still smear their greasy fingers and face all over it. Clean your windows, Peng Shangbo.
Sponsorship cancelled. Sponsorship cancelled. Sponsorship.
Other things that can be added to this panel are things like the TVOC sensor, which measures air quality. You can also add things like aircon if you have an Aqara controller for your aircon, such as their M3 hub. This looks really cool, I really like this. Simon also showed in his video that you can use intelligent load mode with the light switches. This is an important thing if you have smart bulbs in your actual sockets because you don't want to keep cutting power to them, especially if they're Zigbee bulbs and they're part of a mesh. So intelligent load mode ensures the bulbs always have power, even if your wife comes and turns the switch off. And what happens instead is you can create a routine that when the button is pressed, the routine tells the bulb itself to turn on and off. This is really cool and it's something that a lot of manufacturers haven't thought of. You can also change the name and icon for each switch to something more relevant and pretty, and Aqara have given you a bunch of themes to choose from to suit your style. Though I don't see any Star Trek or Star Wars themes, which has made Lord Vader very sad. Hello darkness, my old friend. Isn't AI becoming completely and utterly terrifying? I made that up. I wasn't in a Star Wars movie. No, cast your mind back. I was never there. I just installed that in your brain now for the first time. What? And because this is an Aqara system, you could also answer the door by unlocking it directly on the dashboard. use my smart home lock and unlock the door using the dashboard. How cool is that? But perhaps most interestingly of all, it has a 4-mic linear array for doing whole, like, voice command stuff. Are they gonna connect that to Siri and Amazon Alexa and Google Home? I don't know. It will almost definitely use Aqara's Copilot. Is that any good? Let's find out. It's ominous. Look how ominous it is. It's the Illuminati. Use the Illuminati symbol. Perhaps they should use something else. It looks like it's like a local language model type thing, which is pretty cool. That's interesting, but I do wonder what the point of it is. Like, what's the point in sticking it into Aqara's ecosystem? I imagine it can't control their devices, but let's find out. Turn the ready room ceiling light off. Okay, it does. Well, there you go. It's not the fastest in the world. But wow, I did not expect that to work. Huh. As with most dashboards, you can also upload up to 50 meg of your own photos and use them as either a screensaver or backgrounds or both. And now for the elephant in the room. He's here every week. The elephant in the room. This thing is almost definitely, I say almost definitely, it will require a neutral wire at your light switch. Why is that a problem, you dumb idiot, stupid idiot, Brit idiot moron? I've got a neutral wire at every light switch in my house! Yes, congratulations, America. Everyone in America has a neutral wire at their light switch. Unfortunately, just like England's weather, our light switches are bland. We don't have neutral wires at the light switch. It's a nightmare. I don't know why. Why is this a thing? Our electricians will come and install one for you. They just have to run it from the ceiling rose back to your light switch, but this will cost anywhere between about £70 and £500, apparently. This all depends on how easy it is for them to route it through your wall cavity. If it's very difficult, it's going to cost you a lot of money. As I said before, there is a USB power supply on it, but it's underneath. They haven't put it on the back. This means that you won't be able to hide the cable if you do want to wire this thing up using a standard plug. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I am super excited about getting my hands on one of these things, and as soon as I do, I shall look to make another video to talk about my hands-on experience. In the meantime, this is just an exciting up-and-coming thing that will hopefully be just as sexy on my wall as it looks in Peng Shanbo's house. Clean your windows.
Sponsorship cancelled.
As usual, a massive thank you to the people running down your screen right now, or up your screen, whatever it is they're doing. They're my patrons from Patreon, and without them, I wouldn't be doing this for a living. I'm thanking one every week, and this week it is Amber Lear, simply for being my latest patron. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you want to be either of these types of people, then you can do that at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I will genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks, my X's, my Threads, and my Instagrams, and my TikToks. Come and hang out there, we can be best friends. See you next time. This is really cool, because I like the idea of having a picture frame on my wall, and that's exactly what this thing will do. Ended that really weird. Next segment.